Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Real Legend of Gaming. We are back with some Clash Royale, and in today's episode, Everything Royale, we will be going over a new deck, right? Because that's what we always do. But folks, before we get into this new deck, I just want to know, what do you guys think about the update? What do you think about the trade tokens? What do you think about the balance changes? Like, let me know in the comment section. I'm curious what the feedback is so far from the community, right? Now, let's get into this video, folks. Alright folks, so in today's guide, we will be going over a graveyard deck. And folks, this deck is pretty cool because it has a lot of defensive cards, has some really strong spells, and you can have a ton of fun dominating with the graveyard. Now, as you guys know, the graveyard is one of those tricky cards, right? You can either kill your whole push, or you can destroy your opponent's tower with a surprise element, right? Alright, so this deck here consists of the Knight, the Ice Wizard, the Mega Minion, the Tombstone, the Free Spell, the Poison Spell, Graveyard, and Tornado. So you got 3 monster spells in this deck, along with one building being a Tombstone, and then you have your win condition, the Graveyard. Then as far as support cards, you have your Ice Wizard and your Knight and the Mega Minion. 3 great support cards, and it works really well, man. We tried this deck out, and we had a ton of fun. All right, so we're going to show you 2 replays of this deck. One is against a Lava Hound deck, so you guys can see how that works out. And then the next replay after that will be against a Hog Rider deck with Elite Barbarians as well, right? Because the E-Barbs do have a big presence in the ladder. I'm not going to say meta, right? But they do have a big presence in the ladder at a certain point. And I know that most of the people that watch these videos are usually in the beginning of Legendary Arena, going up to like the top end of it as well. So again, like I say with every video, these deck guides are designed to help out all types of players, to those that are skilled, very well skilled, and pro players. All right, so let's get into those replay, folks. All right, folks, here we go. This is the deck that we're talking about. It's time to get excited, folks. So we are going up against this Lava Hound deck, but before we circle out back to our Elixir account, the whole idea with this deck is to use that Knight, get past the bridge, and once the tower locks on, you play your graveyard. But you got to support your graveyard, right? You got to support it with the Ice Wizard or the Mega Minion, and then support it with another spell. Now, we see that the Witch was across the bridge along with the Lava Hound, so we play the Mega Minion, and then the Tombstone is going to kite away that Skeleton Barrel, while the Ice Wizard is just slowing things down until we can cycle to another card to use. And so far, so good. Mega Minion still putting in work. And the Ice Wizard is still crushing those baby minions. And you saw that we got the Knight across. So now we're able to play our graveyard. Our Mega Minion now is able to support and take out that minion while we drop the free spell now so that we can do even more damage while the Ice Wizard chips away. Now, I'm going to be real honest with you guys. The deck is a lot of fun, right? Offensively, you get excited, right, when you start overwhelming with the graveyard. But just be careful not to overextend, because there was a few matches where I overextended and I almost lost. So you got to be very careful with that, right? Be mindful of how much elixir you're using on that push and try not to go overboard, because you still got to be able to defend against whatever they're, saving their count for, or whatever they're going to ideally defend, you with. So we use the poison spell there. Which is still OP even after the balance change, so you got to try to drain her HP down as much as possible. And also gives you an opportunity to chip damage and cycle back to the other cards, because to be honest with you, the only big offensive push you have in this deck is when you're playing the graveyard. Other than that, you're really supporting and playing defense a ton. So if you could do chip damage with any other card and it makes sense, then definitely take advantage of that opportunity. So right there, we did a graveyard because we had the Ice Wizard support, and then we freeze the Witch, and we're able to take the tower. So notice I didn't have a tank there, but I felt comfortable using the graveyard because, one, I had the Ice Wizard, which is great at supporting against skellies, minion hordes, minions, and then I had a free spell which will allow me to stop what's going on in the match and buy me more time to cycle my other cards and keep my Ice Wizard alive to continue supporting. And right there, we used the tornado, so we're able to pull in everything that was going on right there into one shot for the Ice Wizard to kill with his Ice Beam. And at this point in the match, we just slow things down. We're looking so good on Elixir. We've got 2 Ice Wizards going. We could just pretty much play the rest of the match and we're good. So that's how you use the deck. Now let's get to this next replay, folks. All right, here we go. Now this is against a Hog Rider, Lumberjack, E-Barb deck. I mean, you guys know those are pretty popular cards in the meta. All right, there you go right there. There goes that Lumberjack Hog Rider push. We use our Tombstone. Tombstone will be able to take out one of those cards. And this time we use the free spell defensively because, for one, the Ice Wizard will slow things down, but the Hog Rider will still get hits in. And if that Lumberjack was able to come down and rage things up even more and get a hit on the tower, we would have been looking pretty bad. So they played Minion Horde. We got to try to like split those minions up. So we used the Mega Minion and we kind of broke them up apart. And that worked out pretty good. All right, so now we're going to just cycle back. Let the count build up. E-Barbs, so we kite them away with the Knight a bit. And it gives us an opportunity to do a lot of damage, and we're going to take minimum damage now. And they go Lumberjack, so you can expect the Hog to come soon. So we use a Tombstone there to distract. Pretty easy stuff, right? That could be like routine clockwork for you. And that's why I'm really feeling the Tombstone right now. I think it's a really good card. Very underrated. And again, you know, if your Tombstone is unleveled, you still can use it. It's still effective. So now we're playing the Poison. Because basically we had really nothing else to play. And our count got up to 10. So we're going to play the Graveyard. We got the Mega Minion there to support. And we got the Ice Wizard as well. So right there, we're able to do some work and do a lot of damage to that tower. And now we've kind of overextended a little bit with that free spell because we probably would have gotten a tower with Mega Minion hits. So look what happens now. We almost got into a situation where the Hog Rider would have got a lot of hits in. Luckily, we were able to cycle back to the Tombstone. And that's all because of the low elixir count in the deck. At 3.5, it becomes even better at double elixir time. So now you got the Mega Minion defending against, well, we tried to defend against that push, but once the Lumberjack came in, it was done. So that's why, by us overextending with that free spell earlier, it hurt us like later in the push. But right here, we were able to use the free spell and the tornado, so we were able to save ourselves from some serious damage. And there we go. Poison spell on the Fire Spirits. Allows us to cycle back to the Knight and the Tombstone. Now, because this deck has a lot of spells in it, you will find yourself using a poison spell, you know, offensively, and that's totally okay. Or using a free spell defensively. That's the luxury of having 2 great spells that are highly flexible to use. So it works out really well for you. And bang, right there we freeze, bring in the Graveyard again. We got the Ice Wizard rolling, and more damage to the towers. But we're going to slow down because now we know they're going to play E-Barb or Hog. So we're going to play our cards in the back and just wait to defend. So now we tornado the Hog Rider to the tower. We got a Knight in there. We got an Ice Wizard. Should be enough to take out whatever comes in our way. And we're just going to smash the opposition and get things done, right? We're going to put in that work. Now we got 2 Ice Wizards. We're going to slow things down. There we go. And we are in overtime. So we're just defending. And we're chipping away with the poison spell and looking for an opportunity for us to end this game. But for the most part, we're defending. And we know that already they're playing Hog Rider. We know they're playing E-Barb. So we're playing it safe to the tower, cutting off any gaps so that in event that they try to put a Hog Rider on the side, we're on that as well. And look, see more chip damage with the poison because we're cycling now. So this has become not like a cycle spell deck. And there goes the Graveyard. Free spell in there. We did some chip damage again. And we're going to break up whatever they got. We got the Tombstone in there. We got the Knight. And we're going to use the Ice Wizard to get rid of the Minion Hordes. And we're going to slow down this Hog Rider. And now we just wait, right? We got to defend because they are doing a good job of hitting us with non-stop momentum at the bridge. So look at that. E-barbs. And if it's not the E-barbs, they got the hogs. If it's not the hogs, it's the minion horde. If not the minion horde, they're bringing out the lumberjack. All right, there we go. We got a nice little push going now. We got Mega Minion, 2 Ice Wizards, and we got Skelly spawning. And we're going to play the Graveyard because, you know what? They used a lot of Elixir, and we got 2 Ice Wizards now to support. And a free spell. We stopped those minions. We got the tower. Pretty smooth right there, right? So there you go. There you have it, folks. All right, so that's pretty much it, folks. That is the deck right there. Again, it's the Knight, Ice Wizard, Mega Minion, Tombstone, free spell, poison, graveyard, and tornado. Thing works wonderful as long as you don't overextend and you defend accordingly, right? It's very important with this deck to remember and pay attention to what your opponent is playing at that, because then you can surprise them with one of those cards, being the graveyard or the freeze, because you will know what their cycle is, you will know what their hand is, you know what they're going to be playing, so you can, you know, move accordingly with that. So other than that, folks, I do appreciate the support. Sorry if I sound a little raspy in this video. I am finding the code, but we got to get things done, right? I know you guys love this Clash Royale guides, and as soon as I discover new decks that are working, then I'll come out with a video, right? So other than that, appreciate the support. In the comment section, let me know what you guys think of the Goblin Giant. All right, peace out.